Every single day, I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day, I'm gonna make.
Here we go. Yeah, I do see your comment. I do see your comment. If you see my comment, it means you can get this party started. Alright, Scott, I did see your comment. So, let me adjust this. I don't know if I should use this frame because, like, it's a frame, but we'll use it for now. We'll use it for now. Right? I will have to copy something over, though. Hold on. Let me... Chat box. Add source. This one. Add. And yeah, hopefully that shows. I don't know. This is the first time ever shown up. No, I don't know. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. Okay, I don't know what to say. Here we go. All right. So, boom. Now it's working. So it was kind of weird because I have to set things up. This is the new frame. It needs to be changed. Okay, I'm not satisfied with this one, and it needs to be changed. So eventually this will be changed. This is just for now. Okay. So it should not be a black screen anymore. I changed the format a little bit. I have a chat format and I have a just me format. So is it still black screen? It shouldn't be a black screen anymore, right? It's not a black screen anymore, right? Yeah, maybe, kind of. Shouldn't be black screen anymore. Michael shouldn't be. Oh yeah, Michael is his hands thing, whatever. So the reason I had to jump on right now is because I had my second COVID shot, and I survived through it. My wife, however, is upstairs like dying. She had fever all night last night. She literally had some serious fever last night, and she is not feeling well. She's sleeping. She's sleeping right now. She couldn't even put some food in. She literally had 2 bites and then have a little bit of soy milk, and that she went back to sleep. Dude, the second shot killed me. What second shot? Second shot killed me? I don't know. So, yeah, so she's not feeling well, and the COVID shot. Yeah, the second shot for me was kind of light, which is what I think is like. Did I already have COVID? Is that why? But for my wife, she's literally super sick. She say that right now she had fever all night last night. This morning she's just passing out every single morning. She could wake up a little bit, go to the bathroom, come back, and went to sleep. And she literally said like touching her skin hurts. Like literally just touching her skin hurts. So she's like in a really, really bad position right now. Obviously we know it's a reaction. It means that she have a really good immune system that really take action right away and literally trigger every single possible that you can think of reaction for that. All right, so I guess it's a good thing. In a way, it's a good thing. In a way, it's a bad thing. I mean, the way it's triggered is not good. So I figure I'm gonna be bored, and I have not talked about this particular cigar, the Oliva Nicaraguan series, yet. And I have so many things lined up, and I only smoke 2 a week. If I got time, I'm not dying, why not do it? So this is the review for the Nicaraguan series by Oliva, and why I'm testing the setup. You know, so while I'm talking to you guys right now, I'm like testing all the different setup, and I might have to clone some setup, and just to get it working. You know, I'm working on that. So you're gonna see various jumping through screens. It's almost like a testing for me, right? Okay. So I'm gonna clone this one, duplicate, and this is gonna be okay. And this one is gonna be slightly different because this one is gonna be a camera. So that one will be this. There we go. And it's gotta be like that. Okay. Looks okay. Alright. So let's try this. Transition. Alright. So another new setup to show you guys my desktop. It's a mess. Don't keep too much thought about this. Okay. So this is the box for the Oliva Nicaraguan series, and I did have some info pulled up earlier, if I can read that for you guys. It is, this one is 5x54, okay, and it says that the wrapper is Pennsylvania broadleaf, binder is Sumatra, and the filler is Nicaragua. Origin is Nicaragua, and the strength is medium to full. The wrapper shape is Maduro. Let's see, it doesn't feel that strong. So this is the box that I got that actually had a damage right here. I don't know if you guys can, right here. So I had to take the nail out, glue this back in, and put the nail back in there. But yeah, now it works. You know, it's less of a pain, my OCD-ness. So that's showing right now. Okay. Hey, Jeff. And that's how it looks inside. Okay. Give you guys a closer look of this. It's hard to kind of get a good angle on that. Alright. So that's how it looks like. No back labels or anything. And I actually think that, you know, this particular look is, I don't know, it looks a little bit retro. I just think it's kind of bland of, and I mean it is bling bling shiny, and the band has some sort of texture to it. And but then the way the logo is shown, it's a little bit, I don't know. See the way they have black on this almost makes it look like a fake cigar. It's just, I don't know, it's just me, right? I don't know, it's just me. It makes it look like a fake cigar, like batty print or something like that. But this is how it looks like. All right. So let's go back. Gonna light this up and cut it. Gonna smoke it. And, you know, because I didn't, you know, usually I don't like to smoke during the day or, you know, closer to the day point, because I take a shower and brush my teeth right after. Okay. And, you know, I don't like to do it before dinner and stuff like that. However, last night, you know, we all sweat like crazy. We had a really bad sleep. I figured that, you know, I could smoke now, hang out, and go take a shower and just pass out. That's my plan, alright? That's my plan. You can see I'm like dressing pretty normal, at home, relaxed nature. You know, not that I normally not, so. Colombia coffee. Oh. The wrapper, the cap is a little sweet. I'm not kidding. The cap is sweet. Just a little bit. I don't know. Not like slobber all over it. The draw is horrible. And when I mean horrible, I mean horrible. Like, look at this. Oliva, what the hell is this? What the hell? What the hell? There's like no hole on it. Oliva, really? You see how tightly packed this is? Holy crap. I am gonna give it a straight cut on top of that V cut because there's no way to draw anything through it. Even that is only barely acceptable level of a draw. You see how packed this is? You see how packed? This is like it's more packed than a cork. Disappointing. Disappointing. I wish I can pull some out because this is horrible. I mean, it's funny because usually you think like, you know, people are happy to get more for less. But cigar is one of those things that I don't want more. Just give me enough. You know? Yeah, let me see if I can pull a few things out. Yeah, I don't have my perfect drug tool, so I can't really use that. But I'm just gonna do that. Alright. Catch you later, Scott. But we at least know works for Scott. Try to see if I got anything to poke it. You know what? If anything, cigar pick. Not cigar pick. Cigar poker. Sony is purchased Discord, but not Microsoft. Well, that might still change. I thought like Microsoft already had the money right in front of them. So who knows? Until the final thing is drawn up, you know, money's paid, nothing's final. Shove something down the middle for that bad boy. No, see, Jeff, this is why you got a serious tunnel in the middle of your cigar. You shove some serious thing in the middle. That's why. But yeah, I you know, hopefully this thing loosen up. But if not, it will just get a bad review for me. I did just watch Martin's review about the Year of the Ox. Barely had anything. What the hell? And he told me to dry it out a little bit more and smoke it. Now, I feel like there is a little bit truth to that. I do like cigar that's more dry, so you get more of the oil flavor. But I don't know. I had it in my basement for a day already before I started smoking it. And my basement's pretty dry. So I will revisit that. However, yeah, that's something like I don't really like to smoke something that big. So I had to revisit sometime, but I don't know when. Right. And in terms of punt it and grab another, I don't really want to do that. You know why? Because I might just choose a random person in this chat room and send one over. Because, you know, usually I have extra cigars. I can't finish those. I can send it out. Right? Also, you know, I want to shove some of those for those people who purchased the tea or the tea and coffee sampler to test out that website. That website is giving me so much crap. I don't even, like, I can't even do a refund. Here you go. So when you make a purchase, they charge service fee. The moment I click refund, they tell you I don't have enough money to refund it because that service fee was charged regardless whether or not the purchase went through complete, right? So they charge you the refund, so you can they charge you the fee, so you can no longer refund unless you have more money than what was paid. And I was like, okay, that's fine, not a big deal. I plan to fill it anyway. I'm just wanted to see what's going on with that, right? And also, you know, they tell me not to send the product until the review is complete, and which will take a lot, up to 7 business days. I was like, I don't know if I want to wait that long. But then if you do and your account is not, you know, approved, then they will backtrack. They will send the money back, which I have no problem with. So I was just gonna do that right now. What, dude? If I lick it, I'm gonna cut it. Okay. So, So yeah, you know, for those people who want to try those teas, make sure to use the code. Make sure to use the code. You gotta, once you press pay by PayPal, you go to another screen. Pay, and then there's a bar that says pay by PayPal. You scroll down, fill in the code before you scroll down again to do that PayPal. Because I can't remove that one on the top. I don't know why there's a one on the top. But if you have the code, scroll down, type in the code before you do that. Alright? So those people who pay shipping, I'll just shove something else in there. I'll shove something else in there to kind of compensate for that. Right? So yeah, those people want to try it. This one without coffee, this one with coffee. If you want to try 2 different kind of coffee and 2 different tea instead of the 3 tea and 1 coffee, just type in a note or something like that. I will change it for you. I will put 2 different kind of coffee in there and 2 different tea in there. You know, that's just a way for me to get rid of all those things that I promised to do. And, you know, I have so much of those. I have so much of those. And, you know, I might shove a favorite juice in there. To, you know, to do that. I need to get rid of those things. They're like piling up. And, you know, I really don't have an idea. I don't like to do business like those. Because, to me, it's more of a hassle than not. As you can tell, the draw is super tight. Super uber tight. And I really want to get something to poke something out, but I can't. There is nothing that I have here. I have a perfect draw tool. I just don't know where it is. You know? And I know I will ruin it if I just shove a screw in there. Here. Let's shove a screw in there and poke. See if that helps. Yeah, shove a screw in there and pull. Shove a screw in there. I can activate the credit card thing if you wanted to. So, yeah, if you want to do that, I could. Alright. But PayPal was easier because that, you know, I already had that PayPal business account for a long, long time. So, I feel like that was easier. Absolutely no different. Okay. Absolutely no difference. I did pull quite a bit of stuff out, but still no difference. So yeah, if you guys want, I can activate that other payment method again, which is easy to do. I can do that right now, literally. And just get it done. I don't know. Okay. So, yeah, it's really hard. Okay, so this thing, give me 1 second to activate it because that payment system is all weird. Payments. What the hell? It's not letting me change. Let me change. Let me change. It was supposed to be easy. It's supposed to be easy. I'm trying to get to 1/3. And then we'll talk about what I think about this cigar right now. Because it didn't start well. It didn't. I'm actually really thinking to pull another one to smoke because this thing's pissing me off a little bit. Pissing me off a little bit. Okay. Okay. Now it's telling me that I'm offline. What the hell? I shouldn't be. I shouldn't be. Payout history, how payout works. No, no. No. I don't know. Alright, I'll have to do that later. It's kind of, it kills time. So, let me talk about what I think about this cigar. Okay. Okay. It is dark. It is, it's got a little bit earthiness. It's got a little bit of chocolate. It has that little bit of spice and saltiness to it. Now that spice, it's more like a chili spice rather than the pepper spice. There's a little bit of hints of like a staleness or bitterness, but not like it's a beginning of a bitterness, not a full bitterness. Okay. Come on, I want to just crack this thing. I don't care. Get some air in. Oh, I can feel a vein somewhere in the middle. Okay. Topo Chico. The chocolatey note is kind of pleasing, but it's so hard to get that flavor out because the way it's burning right now. You just gotta keep pressing on it, so I kind of loosen up a little bit. But as I smoke it, the pepper does at times gets very strong. So if you like a really peppery, chocolatey cigar, this might do it. Other than that, there is like an after saltiness to it that is in this. The saltiness kind of make the cigar more enjoyable because it covers up that staleness. And I'm still trying to get something out of this. Like literally, I feel like if I get one thing out of this, this is gonna be a much more enjoyable situation. It could be. It could possibly be a very good cigar. Possibly. Possibly. But I just can't get it out. Come on. I literally cracked it on top. Here. I just opened up the top. And at this point, I just want to see where that thing is. I might open another one to do it. Oh, here we go. Oh. Nice. Dude, it's all vein in this one. It's all vein in this one. I'm not even kidding. Here, I'm gonna open this one up because this is pissing me off. I'm gonna light another one up. Okay. I gotta light another one up. And these are chunks that's in here. So, yeah, I'm gonna light another one, but I'm gonna open this one up because this one's pissing me off a little bit. Well, a lot. Because I can't get any flavor out of this. And I'm gonna see what kind of vein they have in here. It's super packed. Look at this, how packed this is. It's super packed. Alright. And it's got this is not smokable. Somebody packed this and literally had a bad day. Somebody packed this and literally had a bad day. Yeah. Oh my god, this one. Somebody packed this and had a bad day. Okay. So I opened another one up just to see if I had a better experience, but look at the way this was packed. It was like, it was just not good. Alright. Martin! That came out of this. It was bad in terms of draw, and it's still solid. This thing is solid. It was so packed that it shouldn't have that much. Like, here's another one. It's so packed that it shouldn't have. It shouldn't have. Oh, here's another one. Alright, this is not a leaf. This is a stem. Like a thick ass one. So, yeah, unfortunately, that's the way it is for this one. I'm gonna light another one up. What a waste, but I'm gonna light another one up. And I feel like it might be the same. Now, if this is the same way, this particular one, another one is the same way, I would say just totally skip it. Don't ever buy this. Okay? If this one turns out to be the same way, skip it. Don't buy it. Alright? And for the people that's on right now, if you guys want to test out the chat with me, let me know. I will open up the chat room so that we can start chatting. But I think everybody's working right now. That's why I'm doing the single. But, yeah. If you guys want to chat, I can open it up. And I am going to just add just a tad of water on that amber. There we go. Yeah, it's kind of sweet in the middle, in the tip. I don't know. Okay, this one, I gotta draw. I gotta draw in this one. Let's review this thing again. Okay, that saltiness I think came from that like Sumatra-ish. You know, that little of insane saltiness flavor to it, which is kind of pleasing. I'm okay with that. Okay, I'm gonna light it a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, I'm starting over. You see, I just light it again, right? Okay. Salty. Had that little bit hay, instantly saltiness to it. You got chocolate, a little bit of chocolate. You got chili pepper, right? Chili pepper. This is not like a white pepper powdery-ish flavor to it. And smoke output is not bad. You get a little bit of earthiness. And I would say this is considered creamy. Not very, very creamy, but there is creaminess to it. And you will definitely feel that chili pepper somewhere in the nose or even in the mouth. It tingles my tongue a little bit. Okay. There is quite a bit of smoke coming out. Now that I get a draw. I actually got a draw now. And in terms of burn, and the ash color is pretty good. I mean, it is supposed to be long filler, and it's white ash, right? And the wrapper is kind of rough. I mean, it is broadleaf, but the wrapper is kind of rough. All right. How about now? I don't want to like blow out everybody's eardrum when I scream, you know? So it still does have that staleness. Like, I don't know how to describe that staleness. It's almost like clothes. You put it there for a while, you smell it, there's a staleness to it. So I had to crank up the volume of my soundbar. Okay, I'll crank up my volume too. I crank up that volume. How about now? Is it better? Is it better? How about now? I don't want to crack your, speaker. So. But I did turn on my volume just a tad. So literally now it's hitting the red on my thing. I don't want to blow up everybody's ears. Talking. So. Staleness. Saltiness. A little bit of like a hay, incense. Earthiness. Chili pepper. Creaminess. It's got that Sumatra taste. Alright? Like when you have a Sumatra, it has that particular instant like taste. Which is fine. I mean, that's like the characteristic. For me at least. That's how I identify it. But like, it's not a lot. It's not a lot. Is it enjoyable? So far, aside from that first one pissing me off, I think it's okay. How much are these cigars? Now this is double Robusto, which is just a little bit better. Well, not a little bit better, a little bit longer than a Robusto, right? 5x54. Okay. But these are box of 10, so roughly $8 to $9 a stick. A stick. Alright? $8 to $9 a stick. Okay for Tony is not bad. Well, yeah, is it not bad? Okay. Here's the thing. I have bad, okay, and then not bad, and then not good, and then okay, and then good, and then great. Alright? They don't describe the same thing. Saying okay is not the same thing as not bad or not good. Right? Actually, I think I reversed that. Bad, not good, not bad, okay, good, great. Alright, that's my scale. Alright? Not bad and not good are not the same. Alright? Not bad are closer to good than not good. I don't know if you guys interpret this the same way as I do, because in Chinese we split that spectrum very clearly. Alright? So, not good and not bad, not the same spectrum. Right? You can say that, this is not good. And you know it's pretty bad. Right? But if you're doing something really cool and someone says, that's not bad, that's not bad, that means it's closer to good. One path everybody knows. The rule, no rookie score. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, if you want me to review a cigar all the way to the detail, how it's made and everything, it would do you no good. It doesn't do you any good, right? The point of watching videos and watching people's review of cigar is like to find out how many people actually like it. Whether or not that person had the same palate as you and then giving you that same review, and you can choose whether or not you try it. Even though I think that even somebody tell you it's really bad, you should still try it. Like, 90% of Martina Maya's fan literally buy it because he said this thing is horrible. He will literally, he will tell you that it's bad and you'll go try it. So for me, I think what's valuable that I can provide is tell you whether or not I like it. Tell you what bothers me, right? Because everything has so many good, like there's so many pros than cons. But if I cover all the cons, you can decide whether or not it's worth it for you, right? And when I buy stuff, I don't think of all the good versus the bad. I think about whether or not I can tolerate the bad. Is that the same thing for everybody? I think whether or not I can tolerate whatever that is bad, right? Because everything has a shortcoming, right? For example, you buy a phone, right? It's got to tell you, big screen, gigantic camera, super speed CPUs, beautiful, brilliant, 6,000 million colors. All that don't matter, right? You had to deal with like, is it too big for your pocket? Does it sit straight? Does it bother you? Does the design look ugly? Right? You think of those. All the pros, everything else has the same. Right? Cigar, good flavor, sure. Chocolate, sure. Whatever. In the end, it's like, dude, this thing doesn't burn ever. Then if that's one bad thing, will be a deal breaker. You don't have to listen to the rest of them. Right? You just need one deal breaker. Right? There's a car out there, 900 horsepower, full Hemi, super awesome looking, and everything you wanted, like beautiful. All right, and then they tell you the tank only holds 1 mile of gas. So 22 miles. So let's say 1 gallon. Your gas tank will only fit 1 gallon. That's a deal breaker. I don't care how pretty that car is. I don't care how much horsepower, how beautiful it looks. If you only hold 1 gallon of gasoline, get out of here. That will be a deal breaker. So all you need to really hear is the bad. And if you can tolerate the bad, it's worth to try. Or is it not? Okay. It's got this sweetness to it. Now it's giving that little bit of sweetness to it. How do I describe the sweetness? Cherry sweetness? It's like a cherry sweetness to it. Very light, small hints of cherry sweetness to it. But yeah, you know what I mean. I feel like, we're talking about all these cigars and stuff like that. I can tell you all the detail that you could have found it online and decide for yourself the same, right? However, that's the thing about online is that when you go to buy a cigar or whatever, they gotta tell you all the goods. They don't tell you all the bad. And the thing is that Martin will be telling you why he doesn't like it. And I will tell you if something sucks, I don't like it because, right? I'll tell you all the bad things. He will tell you all the bad things compared to this cigar is good, this cigar is great, this is, you gotta try it, absolutely. I can say a lot of that to pretty much any cigar, right? Every cigar minus the bad are usually good, right? So I much rather tell you the bad, like what you wouldn't like about, what I don't like about, and have you decide whether or not that's tolerable. Are you okay with that bad to buy the good? I'm looking to the side because I got a phone call. I don't recognize that number. Bye-bye. Alright. So Okay. So I'd much rather tell you that, right? Yep, my BMW needs me to switch out the shock. Went from amazing fun to sucky ruin the whole experience. Yeah. Literally for C63 AMG. Everybody asks, what is the thing I have to worry about? Not like, why do I have to look for when I buy a car? It's just, what do I have to worry about before I buy that car? Everybody is like, the engine knocks. Alright, the engine's sports car, you gotta worry for that. You have to think about whether or not that's worth it for me to buy it and risk it, and that I have to deal with that in the future. Not how much fun this is gonna bring me, because the new car is gonna give you fun, right? So for cigar, how much enjoyment? Well, most cigar is gonna give you some enjoyment, right? Unless you absolutely hated the flavor. But unless I tell you that I hated that flavor, that wouldn't, you wouldn't be able to make that choice. You would just buy it because everybody tell you it's good, try it, good. I'm gonna tell you everything like I hate about this. I hate the bend. I hate the, I hate the draw on that particular one. Somebody who put that together pretty much, had a bad day. Right? Yeah, it does have that sweetness to it. What the hell? So now I'm telling you, there's some sweetness to it. There's some pepper. There is some of that. Not grass-like. I'll call that incense-like. Incense-like Sumatra saltiness, right? And I tell you all those good. But you I can tell you all that the same thing as any website that try to sell you that cigar. Any website will be able to tell you that same thing as long as they want to sell you that cigar. They gotta tell you all the pros and none of the cons, right? Nothing bad. And I think what I can provide is being a critic, criticizing the cigar, so that what I don't like about it and whether or not that's gonna be a deal breaker for you. Alright, whether or not that's gonna be a deal breaker for you. Right? For example, the compound. If Sherry waited for my review, listen to me that, after the first half, that cigar tastes like trash. That could have been a deal breaker for her. And she wouldn't have bought the whole box. And I feel like that's what reviewers should do. Instead of tell you how good a cigar is and how beautiful that flavor is, to tell you what you should watch out for on that particular cigar and whether or not that's going to be a deal breaker for you and cause you to not buy that cigar. Right? I think that will be the case. No? I think that should be the case. The burn right now is pretty good. I mean, the ash stays. The ash stays. But you can tell like there's some inconsistency here and there, and it just tells you that whoever is rolling the cigar are not as particular or skilled to make that each layer more balanced. But is it easy to hold this? No, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, right? In terms of enjoyment for me, I can only say this is just okay. I mean, for a $9 cigar, it doesn't taste bad, right? It doesn't taste bad. But if I had to choose, spend the money on this one, or spend the money on another, Oliva V, I'm more likely to choose the Oliva V. But if you want something different, yeah, you will have something like this. Right? This is something that I want something different. I don't want always the Oliva V, Oliva O, Oliva G, Oliva V, Millennia. And this is one of those like, okay, something different. Something different. Okay. Like I said, the band, doesn't it look like, you see that like where the Nicaragua is? It's like not the best printing job. It almost make it look like kind of fake. Okay? And the texture is cool. But like you'll think that they probably put a little bit more effort in this. I can't even read this. I don't know if this is supposed to be a word. I can't read that. I think it's trying to say by Oliva. Nicaraguan series by Oliva. Okay? I think that's what it's trying to say. But it's almost impossible to make out. Right? And look at the dot here in the bottom. It's not even. It's not even. It's like up and downs. I don't know if they meant to do that, but holy cow, really? That makes me feel like this is a fake cigar, but it's not. Who fakes Oliva? Right? It's just not carefully done. It's not carefully done, and whoever they decide to print this, hey Oliva, if you know who print this for you, stop using them. They suck. This is not even acceptable level of mistake for me. This is not acceptable level of mistake for me for the bottom. See that line here? The top dot and the bottom dot? This is not acceptable for me. It's missed a line. So, I mean, that's one thing that kind of ruins it for me. I mean, it could have been a pretty bad, I think. Smoke output is good. It stayed burned while I'm talking. It's not bad. But there are some, issues. There are some issues. I mean, if this cigar was, carefully done, we wouldn't have end up with this. We would not end up with this. I'm gonna dump this so that it's not. I can actually use the ashtray because right now I can't use the ashtray. Hold on. Alright, so that's a problem. I don't know what they were planning at when they first got. Hey, you know what? We can print a cigar with dots on it and then just let it misalign. It should be okay. You know, a product overall at the end, just the packaging, just the band, tells you how much effort you actually put into thinking about make this product good for your consumer. Right? That I would think the visual is very important for the consumer. Like if you have a cigar that looks like abused, you wouldn't want to smoke it. So the point of putting a band on it should be something that's carefully thought out, that, you know, I want to make sure that the band is close as perfect as possible. But they did not went through that. However, the cigar itself is good. You know, so long as it draws, right? So long as it draws, it's good. You can see ash stays, even burn. Okay, I give you that. The flavor, not bad. I enjoy it. Right? The Retro Hill, flavorful. It's there. It's closer to an instant-like flavor, though. So once, you know, if cigars smoke normally, I mean, that's good. The burn is consistent. Let me look at the... Alright. So the ash shows a little bit of toothiness on it. There's little white dots all over it. The burn is very nice on the second one, yes. And you can see there's a little bit of toothiness on it. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a little bit of toothiness on it, which shows that the cigar is very oily and nice. And then the smoke output tells that the same story. All right, when you have a toothy cigar, when you have an oily cigar, you got to get more smoke output. Okay, so that's fine. There is a little bit of sweetness. At first, it kind of tastes like a cherry sweetness. Now it's like a licorice sweetness. Alright, and I'm pretty sure I'm not getting it from the drink because all I have is Topo Chico. I think I drink water, you know, what, like, you know, clear, no sugar, to kind of replenish some liquid because I literally sweat my ass off yesterday. My wife was 100 point something degrees all night. All right, she ate Tylenol every 6 hours. Still, it was bad. It was bad. So, you know, she's dealing with the issue right now. I honestly think the reaction today will deter her from having a third booster shot. I mean, if Moderna is like, you know, we need a booster shot, something like this bad, like you can't sleep, you're sweating and fever and cold all night for a whole night, I think that will deter somebody from having the second or third shot. This is the scary story that people are thinking about and worry about before they take their shots. You know, something like this is what people say, I just want one shot. I want 50% protection. I don't need 92. So I got sick. I did get a little bit sick from the second shot, but it's nothing too particular compared to the first one. Did I get a little bit fever? I did. Very close to a fever. 99 something. All right. Do I feel discomfort? Yes. My arm soared like crazy last night. Like, doesn't matter which position I sleep, you just feel that soreness. As if you're holding onto a bar just all day. It just feels like that. All right. And it was tough. It was tough. I basically took care of my wife all night. I don't need to sleep, so I literally was just checking on her every so often. I was doing other stuff. and then just come back every few hours to check on her. And she's like just sweating. Like today, I literally had to wash the bed sheet. That's how wet it is, just all sweat. And I constantly tell her to go drink more water, and she just feel nauseous. She feel nauseous. So, but she'll get through it. I mean, this morning, it got better, but literally she's still weak. She said, touching just the skin hurts. Just like literally just do that, it hurts. So she's aching all over. Her body is literally, it's like we'll take care of everything. All right. Now this I kind of had to blame her for it, because she decided to do, because when after you get a shot, you get this soreness, this pain on your arm, and she decided to do some kind of stretch it out, and after she stretched it out, it got worse, because like you're promoting your blood to flow and all that stuff, and literally got worse. I didn't do that, so I felt a little bit better. I think that's what triggered it. Active lifestyle, exercise and stuff like that, you really moving that virus around your whole body, and pay the price for it. But yeah, like James said, it means it's working. The burn is good. I can say the burn is good. I just put it down, talked for a little bit, picked it up, just as much smoke. So yeah, I'll say the burn is good, so long as I didn't have that burn issue. This was perfect. It literally landed down my hand. Alright. And then on my foot. Just when I say you're perfect, why do you do this to me? Okay. Now I gotta pick it up. Yeah, this is what I mean. I had to go get a shower after this. But the burn stayed. It's good. Still smokable. There's a lot of glue on this thing. Okay. Not bad. But like I say, if for that price, I will still go with the Oliva V. I think Oliva V is more flavorful to me. It's more of the flavor that I like. But would I recommend people buying this? If you like Oliva a lot, maybe. Alright, if you like Oliva a lot and you want something to have a spectrum of things in your humidor, Oliva O, G, V, and then this one. Yeah, it kind of help you switch around. Would I recommend a box? Probably not. The box is not expensive. The box is about $80. $80 to $90. Alright, so it's not expensive. For the same amount of money, I would rather buy a box of Oliva V. This will be something different. I feel like, lately I've been buying a lot of red box cigars. The Plasencia, you have the Ox, the... What is that brand called? 1502. That's red. What else is red that I bought recently? A few more cigars I can't remember the name of. But I got red and green lately. It looks good in the humidor. Colorful. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I can't find something I can't find a better reason to say absolutely you had to buy this. I can't. But something you just want to smoke. Like if I go to a cigar store, like a cigar lounge, and I see this in there, and then everything else I've been smoking lately, and this was sitting there, I will smoke this. I will smoke this, given that the price is reasonable. Because once you go to brick and mortars, you're paying extra. So this could be $10, $11 by the time you get that, right? But $10, $11 range, it's a lot of choices. Right? I would say $10 to $11 range will be a lot of choices. A lot of choices. A lot of choices. Okay? And I don't know if they're supposed to write a word or something like that, the background, the lines. Right? This triangle thing. I don't know. I don't know if it's supposed to. It doesn't portray that message well. Right? It doesn't portray that message that well. And you know, right now, right next to my table, I got a few cigars here. Right? So let's say I compare these cigar boxes right here. First I have this. Shining, gold, clean, portrays the message. Just the box itself, I will buy it. Alright, I will buy it. Because it's clean, it's nice, it tells a story. Alright, I will buy this. This, despite of how I don't particularly care for it, this box is unique. I think it's pretty cool. Green box, the logo is on it. It you know, it kind of pops up a little bit. I will still buy this. I bought it because I looked at it. It was interesting. You know, even though Albert already sent me a stick to try, I bought it anyway. You're wondering why it's missing some? Because some people are getting a package from me, and I sent it to them. Okay. And then my father's box, classic, good looking. You know, it's a kit, but I will buy this because it looks good, right? And then you look at this, a little bit busy and lacking. I mean, that logo I can see it now that I notice it. So it's by, but with the mountain. I don't understand the mountain. Right? The message are not properly done. Right? And then we have this. This, you get the message right away. I mean, this literally looks like one of those box of wasabi leaves thingy that you buy. I mean, if this wasn't from a cigar shop and just putting it on the market, I would think this is some Japanese food stuff. Right? Some portraying message, right? It's portraying a message. And this thing, most Davidoff boxes are like that, just Davidoff. Tells you what it is and Davidoff. That's it. I'm okay with this. Would I prefer to have a more design? Sure. But this gets the message through, right? It gets you the brand, it gets you what size, and it tells you the strength. That's good. Message is out there, tells you how many is in there. Yeah, okay, good. But yeah, this one a little lacking. Cigar itself is not bad. Cigar itself is not bad. Like I said, it's a cigar that I would possibly consider if I go to a lounge. But if I tell you this, okay, if this was a cigar monthly thingamajig, and I receive one of these, I might be disappointed. Very high chance that I will feel disappointed. Very high chance. Very high chance I will feel disappointed to receive this cigar in a monthly cigar club. You can still enjoy it. a lot of time I feel like yeah, like I said, yeah, that's what I mean, Hashimoto. If it was in a food section, I would think it's food. I would think it's something for Japanese food. But a lot of time I feel like if you got to do a cigar club, the cigar should be over the price of admission, right? And a lot of time I feel like you get less, if not normal, the price of admission. And when I mean that, means not necessarily the cigar price, but sometimes they do fillers, like they give you one rare cigar or two really good cigars, and then the rest they fill with the cigars that you either already have many times, or can easily purchase at a lower price, right? And knowing that they had to buy a large amount, so their price is definitely low, it make me feel like I don't get my money worth every time. All right, I don't feel like I got my money worth. And but then obviously that's business, right? I mean, you are gonna try to make it work. And that's just business. However, as a consumer, as someone that been buying a cigar for a while, you can tell that difference in price, and then you be like, oh, I didn't, I'm wasting money. I could have just bought, like every 2 months, you're close to a box of cigar that you could buy that's something you like, right? You gotta know the shipping is in there too. You're paying shipping. Shipping's not free somewhere, so you put that money in shipping. And that's why I don't think it's worth it all the time. For some people, like I said, for beginners, they haven't tried a lot of stuff, so any variation of combination of cigars would be interesting. But for me, that doesn't look that interesting, right? I mean, if you're using it to refill your humidor, like I don't go out to buy a cigar that much. I just, it's nice to have 5-6 cigars a month just to smoke. I feel like that is still not a good way to do it, right? Because you can have your local shop recommend you 5 cigars every month that you go there, and you'll probably get better value, because in the end, when you go home, you got 5 cigars that got you excited, rather than 5 cigars you don't know whether or not you gotta be excited about. I mean, I feel like if I got a pack of cigar and only 2 cigar or 1 cigar got me excited, I'd lost money. Because the rest of the cigar may be a cigar that even if it's free to you, you probably won't take. Right? Even at a discount, you probably won't buy. And I think at that point, like, it feel like you kind of lost out a bit on that. And for me, a lot of time I would just buy the box, because either it was cheaper, or I knew that I'd probably give it away somehow. And being in Shadow Smokers Legion that long, I know at one point or another I'll have to come up with a bunch of cigars to give away. So I don't mind to buy these boxes, because I will give them away anyway. Right? So it makes sense for me to get them by the boxes. Get them by the boxes, right? And I do run into a situation where I'm disappointed with the cigar, or don't like a particular cigar that I just smoke. But some other people might enjoy it. Literally, Tony the Soy Sauce Assassin can run a monthly club. Right? I like the Smoke In Club. Abe do a good job, and I have tried many sticks I would not have otherwise tried that I really like. And I think that's fair. That's fair. But I feel like something like that you could also get it, get the same opinion in a cigar shop. Buy a a good cigar shop owner or a cigar shop salesperson, or literally get recommendation for others. Right? So it from people, different from people to people. For me, I think I spent a lot of money on cigars, and I have more disappointment than satisfaction. Right? I'm not saying the cigar monthly club are not a good thing. It really does help people to get into the hobby, and really helps them to build a collection or find out what they like. But for someone that's been smoked for a while, for example Hashimoto, he's got shit on the cigar, right? It would be majority disappointment for him if he was to subscribe to one. Right? For someone like even Martin Amaya, I feel like Martin Amaya's got so many variations of cigars sent to him that if he receive a pack of cigar of 5, he probably have at least 3 of those. And the 2 rare ones, you probably will not be able to find it again. Right? I sent a Year of the Ox to Martin Amaya, and Martin Amaya just said, it's too bad he can't get it again. Well, that's the problem. And a lot of time that is the problem with the monthly club. You can't find the cigar again. The ones that you like. Right? The ones that you like, you might not be able to find it again. Problem. Right? So yeah, it's cool that a cigar company released limited edition, but if it's got to be good, release it again. Release again. You got the recipe. They can grow whatever that tobacco was again, right? You might have to increase the price, but you can do it again, right? For example, Agro. It was a big hit. A lot of people hated it, but they sell. They sell, right? And because they sell, they make it again. That just tells you that wasn't all that limited. They are able to get it again. So I just feel like, cigar shop, if you can release things one time and then able to get it again, even if you had to increase the price by a little bit, I think you should still do it. Alright, maybe not once a year kind of thing, right? Once a quarter. Release one once a quarter or something. I re-release them, right? Davidoff does that. They have this vault, right? With all the recipe and stuff like that. And they'll release a vault collection and re-release those vault collection at a higher price. I mean, they are $39 to $40 a stick. And I'm pretty sure when they first came out, they were in the 30s. So re-releasing it costs more. Okay, fine. But then those people who tried it is gonna know whether or not that price is gonna be a breaking point, right? It's gonna be a no deal, right? But I think a lot of people who appreciate that particular cigar will still spend the money to buy it. Now I get to nearly the last third. You get a lot of that pepper still on the nose. You still get sweetness, licorice sweetness. You get a little bit chocolate. Less creamy. But those flavor kind of intensify. Now it's a sweet cigar. Now it's actually pretty sweet. The licorice taste, because it's sweet, it didn't bother me. I can smoke that, no problem. The burn's still good. Dropping ash is kind of my fault. But that one stick, I felt like I lost $8. You just literally lost $8 to $9 for having one bad cigars, right? Which sucks. That literally means that every cigar from that point on is additional $1. And here's the thing about shops that does the right thing. When you get bad draw cigars or really bad cigars, it's hard to prove it to that. It's like, you go to the shop, you bought a cigar, you say, hey, yesterday I smoked one, it's full of stem. And then I do I just give on it to you? If you bring it back to me, I can, exit out and give it back to the distributor, say this one cigar is bad. But you smoke at home, you kind of can't do that. You kind of can't do that. Kind of can't do that. Why don't you take a picture of all the stamps that you put out? Kind of can't do that. That sucks. That sucks. It still burns me. What the hell? Yeah. So, yeah, in that perspective, I guess to wrap this up, cigar, not bad. So long as it has a good draw. So long as it got a good draw. The flavor, not bad. Would I smoke this in the lounge? I would. Would I recommend to buy a box of it? Probably not. Probably not. Smoke one or two before you decide to buy a box of this. Now this is not like, because I only have one box. Right? I cannot give you a recommendation in terms of the construction, like the Magic Toast. Right? If this was Magic Toast, I'll just tell you straight. Right? You're gonna get like 5 out of 10 is gonna be bad construction. It's gonna be a tough as hell draw, right? It feels like you're sucking through a vacuum tube. Right? But in terms of the cigar, it's purchasable. Yeah, you can buy it, you can try it, you can smoke it. It's not gonna be a big waste of money so long as you got a one that you can smoke. Right? Flavor is there. Transition is there. It's definitely there, because in the beginning there wasn't that sweetness. It was more salty. And as you get towards the middle, that sweetness starts to kind of come up at like a cherry sweetness. And then that cherryness kind of slowly changed to a licorice sweetness. Like grape, licorice kind of sweetness. And then now just sweet. Sweet and peppery. Sweet and peppery. And obviously this one you gotta get at least an hour of smoking time. So it's a 1 hour enjoyment. Alright. But in terms of the price, $8 to $9, I really would think that I would choose Oliva V. Unless you want something different. Well, I almost finished a box of Magic Toast and they all been great. Now, I think for Magic Toast, all of the complaint, including myself, the biggest issue has always been construction and draw. Alright? Now we have more than 10 people in the chat room today. If you have smoked a Magic Toast that have bad draw, type 1. You don't have to explain, just type 1. Alright? If you ever had a Magic Toast with bad draw, bad construction, impossible to smoke, literally had to punt it, type 1. Alright? We're not even talking about the flavor right now. We're talking about the construction for Magic Toast. If you had bad Magic Toast, not the flavor, draw and construction, type 1. Oops. 1/6. That literally bounced to the mesh on my subwoofer and burned the mesh on my subwoofer. This cigar's full of issues. And I literally thought I sound like Mario. But yeah, it bounced off. Bounce. But yeah, I mean, we got 3 that respond here. Cat says he will never buy them again. Now, to be fair, I bought multiple of Magic Toads. I have like 4 or 5 boxes of those already. And did I ever had a box of no problem? Yeah, I had a whole box of no problem. But but the rest of them either, at least 1 stick. I think there's 1 box that half of the box was bad. But at least 1 stick of each box, on average, are bad. Alright? Not the flavor, but construction and draw. Alright? Not flavor, just draw is impossible. The draw is impossible. So yeah, I mean, that should tell you. A lot of people have that issue. I mean, I don't know how many people don't have issue. Like, hey, if you don't have issue, type 0. Right? If you have issue, type 1. If you have no issue, type 0. So, and I will assume that those people who didn't type it probably have 1, but they're just watching on something they don't want to type. Right? So yeah, I mean, if you put that in perspective, it's a problematic thing. That Cigars Daily cigar. Shoot, I can't remember the name. There is one Cigars Daily cigar that has absolutely horrible draw. Not a horrible burn. Horrible burn on majority of the stick that I tried. Alright, and that's the same thing. I stopped buying that cigar because I feel like it's gambling. I feel gambling. Right? I don't always get a cigar that I can smoke. So, I smoke a cigar to enjoy the cigar, not to work my mouth muscle. Not to work that muscle right here. To get my cheeks smaller. Get my cheeks smaller. And when you smoke a bad cigar, the mouth and the side of it sore. I don't like that. Obrigado was bad burn every time? Really? No, I did have some bad burn Obrigado. It always burns slanted in a way. But I again, it's man-made material, and we know that was a budget cigar. The burn is always not gonna be good. What's it called? Box press. Box press something. I haven't bought it for so long I don't remember the name. The Kinsuki had bad burn as well. I agree with that. I will agree with that. The Kinsuki also have bad burn. Alright, the Kinsuki also had bad burn. I give you that. But that is one cigar that I don't smoke all that often. The box is just sitting over there. I don't even know how many I have left. The box is just sitting over there. So. Yeah, in terms of cigar, I guess that's all I got to say about that. It's in the end, it's whether or not bad draw or bad burn is a deal breaker for you. And I think Box Press Rebellion. Here we go. That always had bad burn for me every single time. Right. So, like I say, the point of the review for me is really to tell you what I don't like about it. Right? I can tell you everything I like about it. That's not gonna help. It's whether or not the bad part of it is a deal breaker. Right? Is the bad part of it a deal breaker for you? And if it is, that might stop people from buying it. and that might be a tell sign for you to not buy that cigar or not buy a box of that cigar. Try one. Right? Try one. If you try one, you can tell whether or not that deal breaker is acceptable. Is something you can tolerate. It's something that's good. Right? And especially for Martin's thing, he tells you a lot of cigar he doesn't like, but he tells you what he doesn't like about it, which flavor. Something like San Andreas wrapper. He just doesn't like that flavor, right? So some cigar, even though it has that flavor, but other flavor overpowers that wrapper or binder, that deal breaker no longer be a deal breaker. That you can tolerate. Now you can think about whether or not to buy a box. But use those knowledge or opinions as whether or not you want to deal with that cigar in terms of deal breaker. Not like whether or not I should try a cigar. You should try all the cigars, technically, right? Can't knock it until you try it. Right? You should try all those cigars. You should have fun with all those cigars. Try them all. And that's, that's part of this hobby. That's the hobby is to enjoy a cigar and tell whether or not you like it. It's part of this. Smoking itself is a small part of it. It's like eating food, right? If you're a foodie, you'll go out there and eat all kind of different food. Like it or not, you'll try it one time. Right? You will try it one time. To be able to say, I don't like it. If you didn't try it, you wouldn't be able to say, I don't like the cronuts. Well, have you had a cronut? No, but I just don't like it. I don't want to eat a croissant and a donut together. But unless you eat it, you don't know. You don't know. You're judging that thing before you even give it a chance. And I think for me, I have to try it. And a lot of people say, Tony, you just say that you hate Gurkha. I pretty much tried majority Gurkha that I talk shit about. Right? I purposely will go buy a Gurkha, smoke it so I can talk shit about it. So, right? And that's what I say, in Gary. This is why I say sometimes you should try one or try two. And just see whether or not that deal breaker matters to you. Right? If that deal breaker, for some, doesn't bother you at all, you might have found another cigar that you like. If that deal breaker, you experience the same thing and you absolutely hated it, then yeah. Aren't you glad you didn't buy a box of it? I think that's part of it. For some cigar where the deal breaker is, I do not like the plum taste. Let's say that's the case. I do not like the plum taste. Or I do not like the citrus taste. Right? Let's say if the case was, I do not like the citrus taste. And then you're like, oh, I don't really want to taste citrus either. I hate citrus. Matt just said he can't, but then Matt says he can't taste it. The deal breaker was citrus taste. I go smoke it. I can't taste citrus. Then I can still like that cigar a lot. Right? So, you still have to try it to be able to say, okay, can I tolerate this cigar? Right? Some people taste citrus and absolutely hated it. Some people cannot taste it at all. That become a great cigar. So you have to, but then you knew that the problem here between love it or hate it was citrus. Then you went into this with enough knowledge that, if I taste citrus, this might be a deal breaker for me. But if I don't taste it, it's gonna be a great cigar. Then yeah, you will go try it. But if you don't try it, you never know whether or not you could taste that citrus. Right? You never know if you're gonna pick up the same notes. So you have to try it. You have to try at least one to know that, and use the review as a warning. Some people does taste this. Come on, it's just like buying a PS5. A few people experience Dead Machine on arrival, or a few people experience Lao Fan and stuff like that. and they will tell you that, and then you're like, oh, I don't care about loud fan. I put it in the cabinet. I can't hear shit. Then yeah, you know, that deal breaker is no longer a problem for you, right? So, and then you feel like, oh, this, you know, PS5 always have issue of dying, you know, overheating and stuff like that. You will wait. You'll wait until somebody resolve that problem, then you will buy it. You save yourself the problem. You save yourself the trouble. You still got to try it, but after somebody already fixed it. So. I have some. Hashimoto, you need to go back to smoke that long. Besides, you can't taste that, so it wouldn't be a deal breaker anyway. Anyways, I had a bad product. It wasn't harsh. It said it wasn't for me. Juan sent me a bunch of others. I did find some I really like. Yeah, the key is to try it. You have to try it. You have to revisit it sometimes. There are times where I revisit it, I liked. But I can honestly tell you that Gurkha, tried it many times, including those reserve ones. I tried at least 2 or 3 of each those reserve ones, and I did not like it. Did not like it. So I got to a point where I just don't like Gurkha. I found that I just don't like Gurkha. But when Gurkha have new stuff, did I buy them and try it? Yeah, I still will buy them and try it. And you know, but in the end, I end up not liking them. That's why I continue to tell people I just don't like Gurkha. It's just not for me. Just not for me. Alright? Okay. I think that's it for today. I don't want to, continue on for 2 hours. I do have to go check on my wife. Make sure she's okay. Take a shower, clean this up, all this ash on the floor. I tried Gurkha Ghost, Silver and Gold, and regardless how much smoke that thing gives, I just don't like the flavor. I just don't. It's so earthy. I just don't. So, Opus X, same thing. Every time I try it, wood. Don't like it. So, so maybe I just give up. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. Alright. So yeah, that's it for me today. Thank you for those people who take their time on a Monday to join me. I'm trying to use today, tomorrow, and Wednesday, so long I'm not feeling particularly bad, to kind of catch up on some of these cigars that's just sitting there that I haven't talked about, because I want to spend the regular time finishing those 1502s, and maybe use to revisit some cigars and stuff like that, and go with that. In terms of the strength for this particular cigar, all right. In terms of I just want to kind of add that in. It is a medium. It's some people say it's medium to full, but it's medium. I didn't feel much about it. Maybe I'll feel it after I get up, but I didn't feel much about it. So, anyways, I'll talk to you guys on Discord and Facebook.